Hello friends, this is second video on personal administration, and in this particular video I am going to tell you about we will discuss the questions on recruitment. So let's start. So the first question is the selection model of recruitment rests on the assumption that the primary needs to be met are those of the organization examined. So this particular question is really easy. As you can see that here they are just asking about what are the requirements of the organization and how they can be met by good selection process. So that's all the crux of the question. If you understand this, you can answer it. And for answering this particular question, you should know that first of all, what is the requirements of the organization. Say for example, public organization, what it needs. And second thing is, what are the methods through which we can recruit good employees for those purposes. So here I have told you something about recruitment and what is selection. See, recruitment is done by recruiting agencies, say UPSC or SSC or any organization directly. And first of all, advertising is done. Then in the advertisement, they tell everything about, like your UPSC notification. They tell you about requirement of job, qualification. That is, you should be graduate at least. Then what will be the salary, information about posts, reservation, gender information, job description. That is, job description means duties and responsibilities. Then job specification. That is, what is the experience needed for that particular job. Then after notification, how they prepare the notification, they first do the job analysis, and in that job analysis they see that what are the requirements of that particular job. So, and also they determine how many vacancies are there, and subsequently they publish this notification. And recruitment methods are two types. One is external and that is internal. External method is direct recruitment, that is recruitment through examination or direct selection or direct interview. Any way you can do external. And internal recruitment is done via promotion, means the people who are already serving in the organization, they will be only promoted through either competitive examination or through empanelment. So when I am talking about recruitment, I am not just talking about a single entry point, that is you become IES after entry in UPSC. Say for example, we have to choose a person for secretary post, secretary to the government of India. So that is a position, and that also needs a recruitment. Recruitment can be done either through lateral entry, that is direct recruitment through open competition from private sector as well as public sector, or else it can be done through empanelment, which is followed in India. So this is the modes of recruitment, that is external or internal. In career based service, only internal method is used. And then last is level playing field and examinations. These are some of the ways in which we do recruitment. Okay, then coming on the selection, what is selection? Selection, as you can see, that selection means selecting something. Say for example, there are 10 choices among you, you have to select one. So selection is a sub part of recruitment. You have to select the best person available. So selection is the process used to identify and hire individuals or groups of individuals to fill the vacancies within an organization, same like recruitment. And often based on an initial job analysis, the ultimate goal of personal selection is to ensure an adequate return on investment. In other words, to make sure the productivity of the new hire warrants the cost spent on recruiting and training that hire. So this is means mostly they are telling that and the amount of money which we are going to spend and energy, so we should be able to get it back. So selection process should be such that the persons who join the job, they are competent, they remain with the organization for a long term. So there are several methods for selection that include like minimum or desired qualifications, or resume, application review, oral interview, work performance measures, say for example writing samples or typing test or like that. It depends on the job requirement. Then traditional test, example job knowledge, etc, etc. So selection recruitment are the same thing. Coming back on the question, they are asking that selection model, it specifically is required for meeting the job requirements of the organization. So here you have to talk about, after you know what is selection recruitment, you have to talk about what is the job requirement, why organization needs a sound recruitment policy. Say for example, in India, for civil services, we need some people who are competent, who have high integrity, who have high caliber, highly talented persons, having empathy, morality, and they have impartiality, patriotism. So many features are there for good civil servant. You can write all those things in example that these are the features which are required for our civil services, and that's why we need such a recruitment policy so that we are able to get such people. And you can talk about higher recruitments like higher administrative grades also. Okay, coming on the next question. The question is that recruitment is the backbone of public administration, explained. So this is very easy question. It came in 2004 for 20 marks. So here they are talking about why the recruitment policy should be good, and how to improve the recruitment policy, or how to make sure that the people who are recruited are actually fit for the job. So here you have to just tell what is the importance of the recruitment. These are some of the importances, such as right man for the right job, involves lot of energy, time, and money in selection process. So that's why the right person should be selected. Then third is reduces wastage. If the person is competent, then he will be efficient. Reduces damages and accidents because he is skilled. Then fourth is reduces training and supervision because of competent person. Then fifth is high efficiency and productivity and increases morale. So these are some of the importances of good recruitment policy. Also talk about public, that means when we are here, exactly they are talking about public administration, so you have to talk about public here also. So just talk about that public service needs integrity, empathy, public spiritness, patriotism, impartiality, mature personality, intelligence, etc., etc. And this particular question has the same answer like this one. So first question is also same almost, just that you have to talk about any organization here, and here you have to talk about public administration. So that's the difference between these two questions. Then the third question is differentiate between the open and closed career system, and do you favor the coexistence of both the systems for a balanced career development? This question came in 1992 and this is for 60 marks. So first of all, you should understand what are the career systems. Okay, so there are these three career systems. They are based on scope, limitation on entrance, and orientation to reward and status. So the career systems which are based on scope, they are generalist versus specialist. Generalist scope is wide. They can move from one organization to other. They have multiple functions. They can be fit in any organization. But specialists have very specific function. So their scope is narrow. They have to work in a specific domain. So this is career system based on scope. Then career system based on limitation on entrance. This is what question has asked, open and closed system. So closed career system is a system in which lateral entry is discouraged. All right. And recruitment of new employees is at entry level only, mostly or either through promotions, and mostly followed by the government sector. So that is the closed career system. And open career system is entry at all levels, generally followed by the private sector. You can see that the chief executive officers of the private companies, they are hired totally based on the talent and the efficiency of the manager. So they fall, private sector follows open system, government follows closed system because we have career system. Also just remember one thing that they are asking here, that do you support or do you favor the coexistence of both open and closed? So if you will read the ARC2 report, so there they have actually supported both, because what is happening that at higher level in government posts, there is a lot of lethargy and people are not able to give results. So that's why we need lateral entry, means experts. Also the complexities of the public administration is growing, and that's why we need people who have the capability, merit, and who can actually deliver the results. So means even in your answer you should support both open and closed. Also in this particular question, always give examples. What are the examples of the open system and where the closed system is followed? So in India we follow closed system, and open system is followed in Singapore, Japan, and USA. In these particular countries, people can join the civil services even at the age of 45 years, 40 years, 35 years. It is totally flexible. But in India, you have to join within from 21 years to 30 years, and then you will have to serve your whole career, and you will get subsequent promotions based on your seniority and some empanelment or departmental committee. making promotions for you. It is totally based on your annual confidential reports and all those things. So I think you can write now this question, and I will tell you the third system also, career system, that is orientation to reward and status. This is the third way. And if the career system is job oriented, so the reward, that is promotions, are based on merit and performance. So this is job orientation. And status oriented, that is reward and promotion on basis of seniority and length of service. So as you can see that our civil services is status oriented. We have defined hierarchy, and we get the promotions based on seniority and merit, sorry, seniority and length of service. Mostly very generally we the merit is not that much followed. The seniority is followed at lower levels than middle management level, but at senior administrative grade both are followed, merit as well as seniority. But here also we can see a lot of favoritism. Those officers are selected for higher posts which are favored by the ministers. So that is a different thing. But I think now you can write this question. Okay, coming on the question 4, the question is very interesting, that government has been slow in using modern methods for discovering executive talent. Examine the validity of statement with reference to recruitment to higher civil services in India, USA, and France. So this question came in 1990, and this is for 60 marker. So if you don't know the basic difference between the higher civil services recruitment policy in USA, France, and India, you won't be able to write the answer. So I will tell you what is the recruitment policy in these countries. The United States of America, here the every time the control of the US presidency is passed from one party to the another, the entire top layer of the executive branch changes. The president is having full powers to appoint the all the higher administrative posts based on his own personal choice and selection. So that's it. It's like a spoil system. Still, it is there for higher posts. Thousands of men and women take down their pictures, pack up their desk, and move back into private life just as others dust off their pictures and move in. Means every year when presidency changes, so higher administrative grades and posts also change. So this is based on the whims and fancies of the president. Then in India, what is we follow? We follow empanelment process. The cabinet committee on appointments decides who will be selected for higher administrative grade, that is senior administrative grade. And when I am talking about SAG, we are talking about joint secretary and above. Below this, there is another method of promotion, but above this, there should be empanelment, and then the cabinet committee will decide about your promotions. But in France, the higher level appointments is strictly on the merit through competitive examinations, and the competitive examinations are done by oral and written. So it is similar to your recruitment initially. When you are recruited for civil services at initial level, there also you have to face tough competition and you have to be selected based on merit. So in France, it is follows for it. This thing is also followed for higher posts also. And after this particular competitive examination, the civil servant is trained and he is free to choose his rank according to his merit. So these are the basic differences between USA, India, and French higher civil services recruitment policy. And if you see this particular question, they are asking about that government has been slow in using modern methods for discovering executive talent. So here you have to, apart from talking about India, USA, and France, you have also to talk about what are the modern methods. So some of the modern methods are competitive examination, lateral entry, open competitive examinations for all grade of services. Right now only IS people are selected for top administrative posts. So if you will read the ARC report, so it has recommended that top post should be given to all services, including your A grade services of technical services, specialist, generalist, and private sector. Everyone should be involved and they should be recruited. Half should be recruited through empanelment and some should be recruited through open competition. So this is how you can answer this particular question. And yeah, these 4 questions were asked in recruitment. So in the next particular video, we are going to discuss about training. That is a part of personal administration, and I will discuss the question and answer on training. So thank you guys. See you next video.